being a part of the Future Leaders Group definitely influenced my choice in moving towards AutoClerk. Luckily, I was invited, and I was honored to be invited to sit in on the technology management organization's weekly town halls. That was the first real insight I got into AutoClerk and how technology management actually runs the organization, all the behind the scenes of Best Western IT. We hear that AutoClerk was bought out by Best Western, and in my mind, until I actually sat in on those meetings, it still always sounded like, oh, AutoClerk is a preferred vendor or an endorsed vendor. It wasn't actually until I was a part of those meetings where I realized, no, AutoClerk is Best Western. Anytime I call AutoClerk support, I know I'm going to a Best Western employee. It's not a third-party vendor. If I have issues, I know I not only have AutoClerk support, but the whole brand backing any issues I may have. We use Visual Matrix at pretty much most of our properties. We were on desktop, and we were looking to change to cloud version sooner or later. And after being invited on the town halls, I really started to understand and take a look behind the curtain and see where AutoClerk is going. A lot of concerns I've heard from other members are everybody keeps saying, oh, it's a beta, and it's not. It's a fully finished product. The only reason we feel like it's a beta is because we actually hear the problems that are going on. We have a seat at the developer's table. So a lot of times, if I've had 12 or 15 different problems with Visual Matrix, nobody else knows about those other than myself. At AutoClerk, if there's 1 or 2 or 3 issues, it's always brought to the table. Everybody sees it. It's an open book, right? It's 100% transparency. So switching from Visual Matrix to AutoClerk, I lost 0 functionality, right? Instead of clicking a check-in button on the left side, now I should click it on the right side. So it's about learning where the differences are. But in terms of functionality, it's only increased my functionality. AutoClerk support it's night and day from all the other PMS providers we've had. Anytime I have called, it feels like I'm just calling somebody sitting at a desk waiting for that phone to be picked up. I'm not being put on wait time, and it doesn't say I'm next caller and I'm sitting on the phone for 10 minutes. It's 3, 4, 5 rings and somebody picks up. The best part is, again, that employee is the Best Western employee, right? So many times through Visual Matrix or a lot of the other providers, it's, high call volumes and I'll have to wait for an hour or 2 hours. And on a busy day, that can cost us money. I've never had to wait for AutoClerk support. And even if I did have a question and I couldn't get through support, which hasn't happened yet, I would throw it in the Facebook page, and I know the community of 900 of my other hoteliers would answer in a snap. If it takes me 10, 15 hours to fill out all these packets and change my credit card provider, whatever it may be, if we're making an extra $50,000 or $100,000 in incremental revenue, that's the best ROI we can get. So if you're even debating it, I would say go for it, right? You have the support of all your members behind you, and you have the support of the brand behind you. So if there are any questions, hiccups, concerns, right, you have such a wide resource and net to catch any questions and kind of pick up the ball if anything even does happen. Member helping member is what we do at Best Western. And before even AutoClerk support needs to step in, 9 times out of 10, it's a quick, hey, this is how I handle this situation. This is my procedures. A really good example of this is Bunkage Lod out of Texas. He posted, and I saw a video where he actually manually changes the words in rate plans. So now I don't even have to teach my front desk if this rate code is prepaid or not prepaid. I just manually put it inside every single rate code, and there is no conversations, right? We don't mess up anymore. It's had a huge impact on our guest satisfaction because we're not accidentally charging the wrong cards. And that's something I learned from that Facebook community. One of the biggest things that influenced my decision in changing, all of our properties to AutoClerk now is it's backed by Best Western. So many times I had problems with some of my other PMS providers, and a lot of our problems, issues, and even requests for new features kind of fall on deaf ears. We know at the end of the day, they're trying to make a bottom line figure for some other owner or private equity company. At AutoClerk, it's not like that, right? Their number one goal is to provide service to us, our members, right? They're not trying to cut corners and slim down costs to, increase profits. No, they're increasing functionality because that's going to be the best way that they're going to help our members. So just having Best Western behind AutoClerk is a no-brainer. Every morning, my rivals automatically get a text at 9 a.m. for confirmations. Every morning, my departures get a text at 9 a.m. that, hey, checkout's at 11 o'clock. If you want to stay an extra hour, extra 2 hours, it's an extra $20 or $50. The incremental revenue has helped us dramatically, and even just for knowledge of the guest, right? Now guests aren't coming down at 12 o'clock saying, oh, I overslept, I didn't know what time checkout was. All of it's automated and makes my front desk's life a breeze so they can focus on the things that matter and serving our clients. Best Western and AutoClerk are one company, right? You're not going to get a better PMS solution.